Let's have some fun with this one, eh? Sorry about that. Push up and in. Pile that shit up, yeah? It's probably gonna be a terrible fucking video, but I don't care. Just having some fun with it. A little bit about the truck. It's a 98.5, 24 valve, converted to a P pump, twin turbo, maxed out 12 mil, a troublesome 4G 150 lift pump, but you'll have that with these things in the cold weather. It's about 800 horse right now. On full kill, makes 110 pounds of boost. So, needless to say, she's a little bit of a handful. Little puff of black there. 375% injectors. 120 lines, full cut delivery valves. The fun stuff in life. Blades, a Henniker scoop. Kind of like these because you can really pile the snow up. But anyway, I guess I was going to say this is learning to plow, but really not teaching you anything other than just pushing fucking snow. This is the back of a shopping center where the garbage disposals and stuff are, so they want me to clear it out. Reverse, dummy. As soon as I get a decent camera and not my cell phone, I'll actually be able to do some decent videos with this stuff. But I haven't posted any videos on my channel in a while, so I figured might as well go ahead and put a plow video up since I always got another 3-4 inches of snow overnight. Do a little cleanup here. One of the reasons why I like these blades is because the handheld controller. It's really nice. You kind of steer and control the plow all at one shot. Although, note to Henniker, make your scoops a little bit more big truck friendly with as far as the height goes. You gotta have the mount stupid low on this thing in order to get the blade to actually sit flush because of the shape of the blade, which then poses problems for getting in and out of parking lots, bouncing off the freaking curbs and whatnot. So if you guys could somehow engineer a way where these things will sit a little higher in the back, but yet, I don't know, maybe adjust the angle of approach of the A-frame or something, but it would be a much appreciated addition to the scoop blade going forward with your production. Because, you know, as much as I like plowing with this blade, it'd be a whole lot nicer if we had it so the A-frame was a lot higher. This parking lot here, what I'm talking about, I got the blade all the way up. This approach on this driveway isn't bad, right? But the customers won't allow me to go across the street with it, so I gotta push into the lot and clear it. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not, but going stupid slow, it just bottoms straight out on the frame, right? Bam! Bottoms right out. So Henniker, if you guys ever, any representative from Henniker or anybody knows representatives from Henniker, please tell these guys to redo their plow mount frames so we can actually have a little more clearance underneath these things. So kind of a pain in the ass. But we're located in southeast Wisconsin, and in this whole second week of February, second week of February, I guess is what it is now, going to, it's just been a nightmare for us. We've gotten dumped on after dumped on after dumped on, which is awesome because, well, we haven't had shit for snow around here all season long, so we need it for the water tables, plus all of us guys who make a living on the plow stuff, which I got other jobs, my shop, everything else. Kind of count on it for money, you know, and so yeah, so anyway, learning to plow. I guess kind of big rules is make aware of your surroundings. Hopefully you don't hit nothing. Got to get, as you see, creative with where you push your snow. We're running out of room in this parking lot to put stuff because this pretty much all the piles you're seeing that's around here are all from this week alone. So yeah, you kind of need to get kind of creative in where you put this stuff. When you're going to be at certain jobs where you're going to be able to only, like driveways or whatnot, you're going to be only be able to back drag out and then fill it in the ditches. So be conscious of the property owners too, because they're going to want to try to get you to put this shit someplace where it's going to be almost impossible to put, but you're going to need to figure out where to put it. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I like plowing. It's a lot of fun, actually. Get to beat the shit out of somebody's truck or your own. If you got to fix it, you know, it can get expensive, but it is what it is. It's still a heck of a lot of fun. Good money, too. Really goddamn good money. So, yeah. Back to the whole Henniker thing. Like I said, I like the blade. I highly recommend it because they're not a full folding blade. You know, the whole board does not collapse down when it needs to get tripped. Only part of it does. The lower edge, which if anybody who has plowed knows that sometimes when the whole board tips, it's a big shock factor on the whole truck. This being a lower end of it, or the actual cutting edge, it's pretty nice. Not such a shock factor. That's the other thing you need to worry about, speaking of blades tipping down, is hidden stuff underneath the snow, man. I tell you one thing, here's a tip for you guys that are new to plowing. Never hold your thumb like this around the steering wheel, because if you hit something, you're breaking your thumb. Always just hold like this. That way you can just slide through, or hold like this, I should say, and just that way you can slide through. But never hold like that, because you can seriously break your thumb, and then yeah, it sucks. I've almost gone through the windshield a few times with stuff hitting in the road. So yeah, just be careful. Do stuff like that. I gotta snow blow that later, but that's all right. Yeah, a little bit more about this truck though. It's like I said, was a VP44 truck. We converted it to a P pump. The pump was built by Fair Valley Performance. And I'll show you later what the setup is, but they require 50 pounds of fuel pressure. And when I said about problematic AirDog 150s before, the 4G with the 4G motors and whatnot, I found some goofy things going on with the pump when it got to be 20 degrees Fahrenheit and below. I'm sure some of you other guys have had problems with too. And They originally said, oh, your fuel's gelled, but it's not the fuel. We're on winter blended fuel, so they got additives, so the fuel rarely gels around here. Plus we add extra additives to it too and whatnot else. So after doing some investigation and some tweaking of my own and whatnot, I found out the two little washers, they're rubber O-rings that are like square shaped that go between the motor and the pump body or the filter bodies themselves, actually shrink to a point when it's cold that it breaks seal. So when it does that, you lose all suction coming out of your tank. So for the guys that are running sumps, you may not have the problem. For the guys that are running siphon tubes, you're gonna have the problem. Don't believe that your fuel is gelled at all times, because it actually may not be. It may be those O-rings that are having the problem. I've talked to AirDog on it numerous times. They agreed that it's a good probability that that's actually the problem. It's not a probability, it's an actual fact. I proved it. I put larger, rounder O-ring meant for air conditioning systems in there, and guess what? I haven't had the problem since. So yeah, fair warning on that, guys. If you guys run into that kind of a situation, that check those O-rings out. Another thing that does help is putting Vaseline on that entire surface, the mating surface between the motor and the pump body. It actually, believe it or not, does more than you think, and it won't swell the seals to the point where they deteriorate. So think when next time you assemble your motor, or next time, or your pump body or whatever, or next time you're doing filter changes, take the motor off of it, check those seals out, put a little Vaseline on it. It'll do a lot for you. So yeah, enough about that. We also have a very interesting little tuning device inside this truck, AFC Live. This thing works pretty friggin' slick. Takes forever to set it up, but once it's set up, it actually works really nice. And in this truck, like I said, it's a twin turbo truck. It's a BorgWarner S475 over a BorgWarner S363. And they're big chargers, so it's a little laggy in the bottom end, but it's because of our tuning. We had the truck way detuned for the winter. It's a pulling truck in the summertime, and it's a plow truck, obviously, as you see in the wintertime, and it makes a heap of power, a lot of boost, whatnot. So in order to get this thing to be somewhat drivable, we had to detune it. You know, it is what it is, so it makes it a little bit tricky to actually tune this thing with something like this. You got to remind yourselves that this AFC Live thing is for on boost tuning only. It does not affect off boost, so your AFC or your Android tuning is actually very critical. And I've had dial indicators out on the damn thing. I've had all kinds of shit just to get this truck to start and idle properly and whatnot. And I mean, I've been battling this truck trying to get the best of both worlds quite a bit. And it's trust me when I say, if you guys ever need any P-pump tuning advice for streets with big injectors, everything else, or you're having some goofy issues, give me a call or give me an email or shoot me a message on Facebook or even on YouTube here, and I'll try to answer them. But I've spent a lot of time dialing these things in, and I've got it pretty good right now. And the truck makes, like I said, a heap of power. Especially with 375% injectors in it, it's going to be a fuel hog, but it's actually not as bad as you would think right now. And it idles obviously really nice, as you can see. Its drivability is actually really nice. Not much smoke unless I'm really getting into it. So it is true, you can drive with big ass injectors on a mechanical truck without having a problem. Don't let the world fool you. Also, on that note, with these turbochargers, guys are saying, oh, you need the .88 divided housing. You need the not the .88, you need .91 divided housing on these things. You need the blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. We got a .88 non-divided on here, and guess what? After talking to BorgWarner, like I remember how I was saying about watch shit underneath the grounds? That's part of it. That kind of shit going. Anyway, and after talking to BorgWarner representative, there is absolutely no aerodynamic difference between the .91 divided housing and the .88 non-divided housing. They actually flow the same. The spool up time is going to be the same, so it does not affect a damn thing. So for you guys that are needing a turbocharger and you're afraid to use the .88 or a .91 or whatever, you know what, go ahead, because they actually make no difference in the drivability, spool up, or anything. What does make the difference is exhaust energy. If you don't have exhaust energy with a non-divided housing, you ain't gonna have an exhaust energy with a divided housing. So just by switching to a divided housing isn't gonna solve your problem. There's something else going on down the line. So yeah. But getting back to plowing, as you see, I'm turning left and I'm angling the plow left to create, to make the snow move where I want to. This isn't much of a teaching video. It's more of a me babbling video, but that's all right. Got to make YouTube money somehow, right? So like I said, it's quite the interesting thing underneath the hood of this truck. For all you guys trying to get big fuel pressure out of your AirDog 150 instead of that stupid spring deal, you can actually use that Aeromotive style fuel injection pressure regulator like I've got on there. I've got two of them. There's one on the pump, the lift pump, the AirDog 150 at below. You take the ball and spring out for the fuel pressure regulator, and you just run that regulator in line, and then you put one right behind the fuel pump there, and then you can get your constant fuel pressure, whatever you want. This one's kind of acting a fool right now because the bottom regulator is acting up, but I'm still getting what I need to get. So there's another tip for you guys that are running these P7100s trying to get proper fuel. Run a Aeromotive A1000. Actually a pair of Aeromotive A1000 fuel pressure regulators on them, and you'll be able to get your fuel pressure to where you want it. So that's enough of this video for babbling. So until next time, thank you.